Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever noticed how the smallest decorating changes often make the biggest difference? It's easy to think we need to buy new furniture or completely redecorate a room, but more often than not, it's the little adjustments that transform the way a home looks and functions. In this video, I'm sharing 14 simple decorating ideas that you can try one at a time. Most of them take only a few minutes, cost very little, or nothing at all, and each one is designed to make your home look a little more beautiful. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore 14 small decorating changes that can make a surprisingly big difference in your home. Have you ever noticed that some rooms just feel warm and welcoming the moment you walk in, and others feel a little flat, even with nice furniture? Sometimes the difference is something as simple as a lampshade. Dark or heavy shades absorb light and cast shadows that make a room feel smaller and a little tired. But swap them out for something lighter, like a soft linen, a warm white, and the whole room lifts. You don't need new lamps. You don't need to redecorate. Just the shade. Look around your room tonight. If your shades are dark, dated, or just not doing anything for you, try replacing one. Just one. Your home should feel good to you. And sometimes, that starts with something this small. If your living room feels a little cold or uninviting in the evening, take a look up. Chances are, you're relying on one overhead light to do all the work, and it just can't. Overhead lighting is harsh, it flattens a room, and makes everything feel a bit like a waiting room. The fix is simpler than you think. Add a floor lamp in a dark corner. Put a small table lamp on a side table. Use your overhead light less, or not at all. When light comes from different heights and different spots around the room, something shifts. The room feels warmer, more relaxed. You don't need to rewire anything. Just plug something in. Your home should feel like a soft landing at the end of the day, and the right lighting makes all the difference. Here's one of the most common decorating mistakes I see, and it's completely understandable. When in doubt, we push everything back against the walls. It feels safer, like the room will seem bigger, but it usually does the opposite. When furniture hugs every wall, the center of the room feels empty and awkward, like a waiting room or a furniture showroom. Nothing feels connected. Try pulling your sofa and chairs just a little inward. Even 30 centimeters can change everything. Suddenly, the seating feels like a conversation, like people actually belong there together. Your room doesn't need to be bigger, it just needs to feel more intentional. Give it a try this weekend. Move one piece, just one. You might be surprised how much more at home you feel. Open shelves are one of the first things your eye goes to when you walk into a room. And when they're overcrowded, even with things you love, they can make the whole room feel a little chaotic. Here's a simple rule. Take everything off. Every single thing. Then, only put back what truly makes you happy when you look at it. Not what you feel you should display. Not the things that have just accumulated over time. Only the pieces that actually bring you joy. Leave some empty space. That space isn't wasted, it gives your eye somewhere to rest, and it makes everything around it look more considered and more beautiful. Your shelves should feel like you. Calm, curated, and completely yours. Less really is more, and your home will feel it. You don't need to redecorate to make your home feel fresh and new. Sometimes all it takes is changing your throw pillows. It sounds small, but the texture, color, and weight of the pillows on your sofa have more impact than you might think. Heavy knits and deep tones that feel cozy in winter can make a room feel heavy and dark as the seasons change. Try swapping them out for something lighter. Soft linens, woven cottons, a little loose weave, or light texture. Fabrics that feel a little breezier, a little more relaxed. You don't need many. 2 or 3 is enough. And buying new covers rather than whole pillows keeps the cost down. Think of it as dressing your home for the season. The same way you'd update your own wardrobe. Your home notices, and so will you. If you have a room that feels a little dark or closed in, Before you do anything else, look at where your mirrors are. A mirror is one of the most hardworking tools in decorating, but only if it's in the right place. When a mirror faces a window, it catches the natural light coming in and bounces it back into the room. Darker corners brighten. The room feels bigger, more open, more alive. It costs nothing to try. Just lift your mirror off the wall and move it to the opposite side from your nearest window. Step back and see what happens. Most people are genuinely surprised by the difference one simple move can make. Natural light is the most beautiful light there is, and a well-placed mirror helps you make the most of every bit of it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt just a little uncomfortable but couldn't quite put your finger on why? Sometimes it's not the furniture, or the colors, or the lighting. Sometimes it's simply that the room is hard to move through. When we have to navigate around a coffee table, squeeze past a chair, or step over something to get where we're going, our bodies register that as stress, even if we don't consciously notice it. Take a fresh look at your room. Is there a clear, easy path from the door to the seating? Can you move through the space without thinking about it? Clearing those pathways, even just a little, makes a room feel calmer, safer, and more comfortable for everyone. And as we get older, that ease of movement isn't just a nice thing to have. It genuinely matters. Most of us have done it. We see something small and pretty in a shop, we bring it home, we find a spot for it, then we do it again and again. And before long, every surface has a little collection of things that individually we love, but together, they're creating a kind of visual noise that makes the room feel busy and unsettled. Here's a simple shift. Instead of several small pieces, choose one larger one. A single substantial vase, one bold piece of pottery, a larger tray. One thing that has enough presence to stand on its own. It doesn't need to be expensive, it just needs to be intentional. When you give one beautiful object the space it deserves, it becomes something you actually notice and appreciate every day. Your home should have things in it that you genuinely love, not just things that have accumulated. Most rooms are full of straight lines, square sofas, rectangular coffee tables, hard corners on shelves and door frames. And while that structure is necessary, too much of it can make a space feel a little rigid, a little cold. The fix is surprisingly simple, and it doesn't require any major changes. Just add one curved piece, a round vase on the coffee table, a bowl on the kitchen counter, a cushion with a softer, rounder shape, even a circular mirror or a curved-back chair. Rounded shapes are naturally calming to the eye. They create gentle transitions between all those hard lines and help a room feel more relaxed and welcoming. You're not redecorating. You're just softening. One curve is all it takes to make a room feel a little less structured and a little more like home. This is one of the smallest changes on our list and one of the most impactful. The color of your light bulbs matters more than most people realize. Cool white bulbs, the bright, bluish ones, are great in a workspace or a garage. But in a living room or bedroom, they can make even the most beautifully decorated space feel clinical and cold. Warm bulbs, anything rated 2,700 to 3,000 Kelvin, cast a soft, golden light that makes a room feel instantly more relaxed and inviting, more like a home, less like an office. And here's the thing, they're just light bulbs. They cost a few dollars. You can change every bulb in your home this weekend. If your evenings at home don't feel as restful as you'd like, start here. It's the easiest change you'll ever make. We tend to fill spaces. It's natural. An empty shelf feels unfinished. A bare corner feels neglected. A clear counter feels like something is missing. But here's what I've noticed. The rooms that feel the most calm and beautiful almost always have one thing in common. They have space to breathe. Not empty rooms, not minimalist showrooms, just surfaces that aren't completely covered. Pick one surface in your home today. A side table, a kitchen counter, a bathroom shelf, and deliberately leave part of it clear. No filling it back up tomorrow. Just let it be. You'll be surprised how much calmer that corner of the room feels, how your eye relaxes when it lands there, how the things that are on the surface suddenly look more intentional and more lovely. Empty space isn't wasted space, it's breathing room, and your home needs it just as much as you do. Think about the last time you came home carrying groceries or came in from a walk and needed to take your shoes off. Where did you go? Was there somewhere comfortable and easy to sit? For most of us, the answer is no, and we don't think much about it until we do. A small bench near your front door is one of those additions that quietly changes how your home feels every single day. It gives you somewhere to land, somewhere to sit and take a breath before you walk fully into your day or your evening. And as we get older, having somewhere solid and supportive to sit while we take our shoes on and off isn't just convenient, it's genuinely important. It doesn't need to be large or expensive, just sturdy, comfortable, and in the right place. Your entryway sets the tone for your whole home. Make it work for you. A bookshelf is one of the most personal things in your home. It tells the story of who you are, what you've read, what you've collected, what matters to you. But so many of us look at our shelves and feel like they just don't quite work. Too crowded, too random, not quite right. Here's a simple approach. Mix your books with a few meaningful objects, a small plant, a candle, a piece of pottery. Vary the heights. Turn a few books horizontally to create a little visual rhythm, and leave some empty space. Not every inch needs to be filled. The goal isn't a perfectly styled showroom shelf. The goal is a shelf that when you look at it, you think, yes, that's me. Your bookshelf should feel like a little portrait of your life. Make it one. You've arranged the furniture, you've sorted the lighting, you've edited the shelves and cleared the surfaces, and yet something still feels like it's missing. There's usually one thing. In a living room, it's often a rug, one that's large enough to anchor the furniture and pull the seating area together into something that feels intentional and complete. In a bedroom, it might be a throw draped over the end of the bed, that one soft layer that makes the whole room feel finished and inviting. In a bare corner, it could be a plant, something living that brings warmth and a little bit of the outside in. The details are different in every home, but the feeling is the same, that quiet sense that everything is in its right place. Your home doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to feel like yours. Completely, comfortably, beautifully yours. I hope these 14 simple decorating ideas have shown you that creating a more beautiful, comfortable home doesn't always require a major makeover. Sometimes one small change is all it takes to make a room work better and bring new life to a space. I'd love to know which idea you're going to try first, so let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more practical decorating ideas, modern farmhouse inspiration, and simple ways to create a home you'll love for years to come. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.